pleasure to be back in Kwale County. I'm trading in the somber skies of Nairobi for the endless blue skies and ocean that are a trademark of Kenya's southern coast. This color is also part of the color scheme of an ultra mega modern mansion inspired by Versace. Stepping into this ultra mega mansion is quite literally a breeze. The positioning of the doors is so perfect because it taps in to the breeze and the natural flow of the air in this area. First things first that you look at when you walk in is, of course, this grand curved stone staircase. We're going to tell you a little bit more about it as the episode progresses, and you're greeted by this grand chandelier with gold accents that is just truly magical. There's a decorative type of wall paneling that's happening here, and this is the wainscoting panel. And it is quite grand because it starts from here and it makes its way all the very way to the top. That's 2 stories up. And that is a lot of work that's gone into this mansion since we were last here. There's so much that has changed. The tiling is in place, the precision that we promised, we're going to share that with you as well. If you look to my right, the moment you walk into the entrance, you've got a hallway there, and you've also got the entrance to the cloakrooms. Now, these are shared cloakrooms, and there's one for men and there's one for women, in line with the culture and the heritage of the owners of the house. Stepping into the living room, you cannot help but notice just how much light there is. And that's because there's allocation for huge windows right around the room. This is such a beautiful design aesthetic that takes advantage of the breeze, the natural flow of the breeze in this particular area. And that is one design aesthetic that the lead designer took into consideration to make sure that at this particular spot, you know, when you live in the coast, you try to maximize the area points of where the breeze is coming from. Another benefit of having this window over here means you look out to this beautiful landscaping where we can see the waterfall right there, and then you've got this beautiful green grass that has taken root and is really showing out and just adding a touch of such exquisite pleasure to the eyes. There's more to see, so come back in. Come on. From the windows, we walk into the sitting space, and it is a magical area because there's a lot of room to entertain a really big number of people. And I still can't get over this chandelier. Every time I see it, it takes my breath away. And one thing that must be said is this was an elegant selection by the client themselves, and they opted to have it drop down this low because what's going to happen with the sitting area is the chairs are going to be very low, very close to the ground. So you're thinking rich carpets, you're thinking plush pillows, just a lot of warmth, a lot of opulence in this sitting space. And to this corner, you can see the next panel of really large windows that go from the top to the bottom, and they open out to a lounge area, which is one of several around this mansion. And I cannot wait to share those with you. And when you look up, you're going to see the very simple but very elegant gypsum pattern that wraps itself around the sitting area. And there's a location for spotlights right there, all the way around, and as well, another strip that is going to be inserted at the very top. Of course, it is a section that is still in progress, but I can tell you what's going to happen here. It's going to be an intricate yet exquisite marble tiling that will be put in place here, and then a huge television. From the sitting area, we find ourselves in the dining room. There's a natural flow of movement to the layout of this mansion. And this space is huge. The owners love to entertain and they've got a beautiful family. So they've made allocation for space. So whether you're friends, whether you're family, whichever space that you find yourself in, you will truly be awed and you're bound to feel very, very comfortable. Let's take a look at this imported chandelier that's in line with the theme of the house, featuring amazing gold accents that hang down. The same kind of panel windows that we saw in the first sitting room that we walked into. And these windows are tinted. So if you're on the outside, you cannot see inside. But when you're on the inside, you can definitely see outside. When we open the windows, there's a lot of light that streams in. You can see the wainscoting panel continues on the walls across this area. You can see that there's a lot of furniture that is yet to be unpacked. This area here is serving as a storage of sorts because there's a lot of furniture that will be spread out across the mansion. But you can see another brilliant and stunning chandelier that echoes the theme of the house, that is crystal white. We've got gold accents there. And again, this is going to be a low sitting area. So there's bound to be plush carpets on the floor. We're looking at beautiful pillows as well. The furniture will be a little lower than expected, but that is to ensure that that chandelier just stands out. Behind me on the wall, you can see a delightful arabesque patterning that's happening on the wall, which echoes the cultural heritage of the owners of the house. From this window, when you look out, you get to delight in yet another waterfall feature that has been installed on that wall paneling there. So that means the breeze wafts in, you've got a little bit of the landscaping, and you also get to enjoy the cool, soothing and refreshing sounds of a waterfall after dinner. How amazing is that? This section here is going to have an Arabian themed patterning that's going to happen here. I'm not quite sure what that will be, but it is a request by the owners of the house to ensure that their heritage is also reflected in this dining space. So watch this space. I'm sure something beautiful is going to find its way there. You can see a staircase here, and this is a staircase that leads down to the entertainment room. This is going to be a one of a kind. I cannot wait to see it when it's done because it leads down to a state-of-the-art entertainment theater. We're talking big screen, we're talking sound system of boom twaf of everything. When you go in here, you get a proper movie experience, you get a proper sound experience, and that is work in progress. Making our way from the entertainment area. So come on, let's get back into the kitchen. As I step in, you can see this design feature continues with this elegant kind of paneling. This is an allocation for a television in the kitchen. This is a huge kitchen space, and this is going to house an inbuilt fridge. So the fridge is going to be tucked in to this space right here. So all you do is you open up the fridge doors and you pick up what it is that you need. It's a huge, huge fridge, as you can see. Take a look at that feature. Isn't that great? It's not about opening Milango. And it's not just about storage too. It's also about lighting. There is an installed light strip right through this cabinetry that allows you to see what it is that you're looking for without having to pull out everything. So you can find that special ingredient that's lurking right there at the back. Happens to me all the time. Installation work ongoing, and in this section I'm made to understand we're going to have the microwave, we're going to have the oven that are all inbuilt so that it's practical. You're not walking past this section and catching on to things with your outfit. Everything is very modern, everything sits in its place because allocation for it has been planned in advance. At the bottom, we've got more storage space. We've got 2 drawers here where you can stash things that you like. It could be dishcloths, it could be whatever it is you'd like to put in those drawers at the bottom there. Here's another one of my favorite new innovations. I love this. When it comes to storage, this is everything because you've got one set in there and another one in here. And if you can see here, if you come a little closer, you'll see an allocation in place where they are going to install yet another strip of light so that you can clearly see what it is you're looking for without having to spend too much time dragging, lifting, sifting, sorting. You know what I mean? All right then. On this shelf here, there is yet another electrical fixture that is going on there. And this is going to house the coffee maker. And right beside it are the usual accoutrements that go with coffee. It could be your coffee beans, it could be your favorite types of coffee, it could be tea bags. It's really whatever it is you want to store over here. In most houses, the corner shelf is a place where you put things you don't ever want to use and are not ready to throw away in place. So you hide them there for centuries, and when the time comes for you to pull something out, it is a job you would rather give somebody else. But corner shelves are fantastic. Look at this. This allows you, hold up, to just twist, spin, and you've got everything right at your fingertips. How's that for a corner shelf? Love it. I love it. So nothing sits there waiting and is never used. The main sink area. So right here, there's going to be an installation of the dishwashing machine. So right here is a huge installation that's happening there. We've got drawers, we've got storage, we've got the countertops that are going to be put in place. But what I love about this area is the huge windows continue. And when you open up the window, do you see how much light streams in? There we go. And right there is a view to the most exquisite azure pool. Look at that. From the huge windows in the kitchen, we make our way to yet another storage space right here. And this one I really must show you because it features, look at that, lovely spacing for knives. When you think about knives, sometimes you'll put them in a drawer at the top, but this is such a clever little storage space that's got a location for spoons, knives, whatever it is you want, and this spacing for knives. Okay, still in this section of the kitchen, we've got an island, and there's something very special about this island. The last time we showed up, it was just, a typical island as you understand it to be, but now something different's happening. For starters, the chandelier that was here has been changed. This is no longer in place, but something beautiful is going to be installed up here. But this section now is a sink, a small sink. This is a sink area here, and then over here is a cooker section. Now, it's not your typical cooking station where you're going to make your ugali, utapika mchele. No. This one is for light meals. So think breakfast. You want to fry an egg. And underneath that light cooking station is a section of drawers with amazing storage space from the bottom to the middle one and the one at the top. So this I consider a breakfast island because on the flip side of this island is a seating space with charging ports. So you can sit here. Remember, this is the sink. You've made yourself a quick egg. You've washed the dishes. You've put your plate here and you're having your egg, catching up with your work. And if there's a show on the telly, you can sit right here and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that's happening. Did you know that's happening? Oh my gosh, I need to tell somebody. This is the station where that happens. This is the heavy duty section of the kitchen because here is the huge cooker. You can see allocation for it here. They're going to install it. So hapa, you get to make your ugali, you get to make your pilau, whatever it is that you want to cook. This is the cooker section and it is marked by, yes, you noticed it, a very intricate panel design section that features arabesque patterns. Can you see that? Keeping in line with the Arabian and the coastal feel of the house. This is handcrafted. This is hours and hours of an artisan's time, patience, and work at play. And I understand that when it is complete, it's all going to be golden. Just setting this entire section off and giving it that beautiful golden feel right here in the kitchen. There's amazing storage space to my left right here. And even just beside it, you've got your plates. You can put all your plates in there, you can put your dishes, and there's also a huge window here that lends light to this space from the outside. So during the day, yes, you will have a lot of lighting in this section. And if you look at the top, the gypsum molding is in place, and it also has allocation with spotlights at the top, because when you're in the kitchen, you want as much light as possible so you can see what it is that you're doing. The storage space continues to this end with yet another pull-out shelf. This one I like because it brings it down to your level so you can see what it is that you're looking for. You can put whatever it is you need to put away, and there you go. In it goes. Before we make our way to the pantry, this area here is yet another storage space. Think glasses, think jugs, think whatever it is you'd like to store in the kitchen. And for a house this big, you know what, the pantry has to be just as big. And as you can see, there's loads and loads and loads of storage space. There's allocation on my left, there's more over here, shelves at the top. Cabinetry is exquisite to allow the storage of everything you can possibly imagine in this space. At the very top, you can see the gypsum design is very elegant, is very simple, and it allows for great light fixtures that provide enough light for you to find what you're looking for. And that is beefed up by these big windows in the storage space that also look out to the pool area. So from here, in the pantry, you also get a view of the pool. How cool! The design layout of the house has us flow from the kitchen to this corridor right here that will take us out to the main entrance of the mansion. But it is here where I'd like us to discuss this design technique called wainscoting that I had mentioned earlier when we walked in. If you look at this wall section right here, and I'll step back just a little bit so you can take it all in, you can see several panels on the wall with a design feature. Wainscoting design is a type of design that can be both functional and also decorative. It can be functional in that if you have it at the very bottom of a wall, it keeps the wall from being scuffed by furniture or, people walking past and then something happens with a shoe. So that takes care of your wall. But in this mansion, the wainscoting design is purely decorative. It's about enhancing the walls and really bringing out that cultural feel, that Arabic feel. If you look at the edges of this pattern right here, come down here with me. This is a pattern that you will see echoed in every feature of this wainscoting design across the house. It features an Arabic, very intricate design of flowers, of leaves, of twigs, all of them intertwined together. Now this is handmade. I tell you, handmade. And that's not all. If you look with me at these panels, you'll see that there's a demarcation in between. You see there's a smaller one and then the larger one. And in between, we've got a bit of space here. Now, what's going to happen here in these spaces is the installation of gold accents. And you could be sitting thinking, but Sheila, all that gold, isn't it going to be a bit too over the top, a little too much? And yes, gold can be overpowering, gold can take over, but a chat with the lead designer, Cleophas Nyagaka, shared wonderful insights that the gold is going to be tempered. So there will be some panels that will have that gold fixture, and there'll be others that remain a little bit more muted. And in any case, if you look at the very top, the gypsum design here against this wall allows for a soft, warm gold light that just flows down from the top. And for the accents that will have gold, they will pick up that gold feature to give this section a whole lot of light, making that gold accent just right for this particular space. From that paneled corridor that we walked through, let's make our way up to the house. But before we do, I'd like you to take a look at the bottom. The tile work here is pristine. The precision involved in cutting the tiles and laying them out in just such a way that you can see it looks like the ocean, the flow of the waves of the ocean, the ripple of the ocean. And this happens not just at the bottom. At the very back, you can see the staircase that goes all the way down to the entertainment theater. But right before it is a sitting space, which is going to feature two beautiful chairs, very opulent, very luxurious, with those themes of gold, white, and blue. And right behind those chairs will be a glass panel that separates this space from the staircase and is also a safety feature too. Okay, ready to go up? I am. Come on then. Let's start right here. Look at that staircase. And remember what I told you about the precision involved in cutting and laying out the tiles in this house. Come a little closer and see. Look at that. It literally looks like the waves of the ocean. It's almost like the tile hasn't been sliced, yet it has. And this happens all the way up. The stone staircase has been twisted, and what I do understand about the staircase is they had to bring it down. When Fine Urban moved into this project, they had to bring down this staircase structure, which had been inserted in the beginning, and it just wasn't working. So the lead designer, Cleophas Nyagaka, sat and thought about this entrance, and he realized that the stone curved staircase was the right solution for this space. And what a decision that was. This curved stone banister, this is incredible. I tell you, this staircase was cast right here and twisted and curved in stone. But right at the top of the banister, you can see allocation for light fixtures. So you've got light fixtures at the bottom of the stairs and right here on the banister. So as you come up, it's like light, sending you all the way to the top of the mansion. This is so pretty. Wow. Huh. Look at this. When we get to the top of the stairs, we find a landing area that opens out to a family room, a very huge, spacious family room that features a gorgeous, gorgeous chandelier. It's not as grand as the one we saw at the staircase, but remember, this is supposed to be a cozy space. Behind me, we see huge panel windows. Keeping in line with the theme of the windows in this house, the placement of the windows is to allow as much sunlight in during the day to keep it very well lit. And these windows are also tinted, so if you're on the outside, you cannot quite see in, but when you're on the inside, you've got perfect views without and excellent light as well. This section over here, we have a huge panel wall, as you can see, designed with a lot in mind. So let's start with here. We've got a display section that has light fixtures here, and then we've got a marble panel in the making here. This is going to be an entire marble panel, and we're going to fix a television screen here. Above the panel that is marble, we've got beautiful handmade detailing, and that is a panel feature that you will see echoed across this house in different rooms. And as you can see, the gypsum finishing is very smart, is very elegant, and it's not competing with the chandelier. We've got snake lighting that wraps up in almost a semicircle kind of shape with fixtures in place. Right next to the family room is the first of several bedrooms in this mega mansion. Let's take a look at this room, and as you can see behind me, we've got huge panel windows which allow a lot of breeze in to keep the room cool during the hot months and to also allow a lot of light in. They are also very tinted, as you can see, to keep anybody from outside from seeing inside. Taking a look at the top, a Fine Urban signature style touch is in play. You can see the gypsum pattern. Once again, quiet, understated, yet elegant, functional, and just beautiful. From the recess lights, let's take a look at the cabinetry. Beautiful, understated, very elegant, very calm. You can see allocation for drawers. We can see hanging space for shirts, for outfits, whatever it is you'd like to store in this bedroom. This storage area is functional, it's fine, and it is practical too. On this wall, there's an intricate design in play, and it just gives such personality to this wall. So between that pattern that you see there and the gypsum design, I don't even know what to say. I wish you were here to look at it with me. But there's such a wonderful, settled feel to this room that gives calm, serenity, and purpose. This is a bedroom that is also a haven. It's got well thought out storage spaces. It's got design features that are very muted, yet very powerful, yet very impactful as well. Now, this is a pattern that you will find replicated in the doors within this mansion. Very elegant, very calm, and keeping in line with that theme of the house. This bedroom has its own bathroom, and as we walk in, you've got to notice the features and the color scheme. So let's start with the color scheme. If you look at the bottom, a very understated calm gray pattern, gorgeous, gorgeous design, and the gray also splashes right up the walls. It's a marble wall pattern with gray veining, a very gorgeous color for a bathroom. And we've got a huge window section here that allows light to flow in, and a big window that you open outwards that allows a little bit of the breeze to come into the washroom. Fixtures are currently in place. We still have a rain shower that will be installed there. Toilet that has been fixed. Excellent quality. You want fixtures that are going to last. In this corner, we've got the wash sink area, which is still in progress, but soon the basin is going to be installed. And in this corridor, you notice that it's very well lit. And why is that? Take a look at this section with me. You're going to find two little sections that have been cut out. When you don't quite know why they've been cut out, you have to go back to, where are we again? Why is it so cool and I should really be sweating? Well, behind us in the family room are those huge panel windows, and when you open them, a lot of light filters in and a lot of breeze too. And that breeze just wafts in right to this corridor. So this area is very well lit because these little spaces within this wall actually look out to the staircase. So the breeze makes its way this way, and this also allows light to waft in. And now we walk into the second bedroom. As you can see, this is slightly smaller than the first bedroom that we looked at, and I get the impression that this is a child's bedroom. It's fun, it's light, it's airy, and it's got beautiful storage space over there. Cabinetry is precise, intact, and it looks good. Look at the color, a very beautiful soft gray that would pretty much work with anything else you decide to do with the walls. The precision in the laying of the tiles must be stated, and when we look at the wall, we can see the wainscoting pattern as well here. Light fixtures have been attached to the side, which gives me the impression that the bed is going to be right against that wall. At the very top, we've got a lovely little chandelier, delightful, playful. To my right, huge sliding doors that also serve as windows to this room. And when you open them, you get your own tiny little balcony with a view. You get to look out to the driveway of the house. You can see the pool house, and you can also see a section of the pool from here. Before we make our way to the next room, I'd like to show you the bathroom here, because every bedroom has its own bathroom. So walk in, and the first thing you'll notice is the color of the bathroom floor. Now this is wooden. Doesn't it look warm and inviting? And I will tell you this, it's been 6 months already and the floor remains intact. Look at that. Gorgeous graining, gorgeous detail. And when it comes to constructing in the coast, you know, there's just something about the humidity here and the moisture that can begin to affect appliances and also structures. And that's why you need to work with a professional who'll help you select not just the right tiling, but the right sort of tiling for the right sort of environment where your dream house is going to be located. We can see the themes of grey replicated on the tile work here. Slightly different to the first bathroom that we saw, but still in line with that wonderful, powerful, muted grey color that has light that streams in from outside, but it's a recess where at the very bottom, I'm sure there'll be allocation for toiletries, shampoo, you know, whatever it is that you're going to need. The appliances here are also state-of-the-art, as you can see. We've also got that long window design right there to allow more light into this section. We now make our way into the third bedroom, and this is yet another children's bedroom. This one, I think you'll notice, is probably the largest one. It's got so much light, and that's probably because of the sliding doors right there at that corner that also serve as the windows to this room, completely lighting up the area. Just see how huge this is. Oh my goodness, this is really, really big. We can see that wainscoting pattern right there at the headboard. I'm sure the bed's going to be over here. And then we've got massive storage space. Look at that. This is storage space for days. And we've got a study desk right here. How nice is that? You can pay attention to your homework. You can store your books in there. Whoever's going to be living in this room is going to love, love, love their room. But on this end, we've got the dressing section, which you can put your sweaters, you can put your shoes, you can put whatever it is that you want over here. In the traditional fine urban style, we look up and we see a very beautiful pattern up there in the gypsum design that doesn't compete with the chandelier. In fact, the chandelier just adds to everything. You've got to love the design in this mansion. And what I do know is the owners all participated in the selection of the pieces that would ornament the entire mansion. And they wanted it to reflect the personalities of the people who'd be living in these spaces and in these rooms. And this one's a fun one, I do believe. From the chandelier to the placement of more lights right there that wrap themselves right around the room. Remember, every bedroom has climate control. So whoever is in this room, you get to choose the temperature that you want and enjoy your living space. From these sliding doors, we also have access to a small balcony area. Now keep in mind, this will also have a glass railing right here for safety purposes and to just allow for the placement of a little table there, maybe a little chair, so you can sit here and have gorgeous views of the property, looking out to the pool area and of course the pool house. Is pretty big. This one is definitely the biggest one of the 3 bedrooms that we've looked at, but as you can see, the grey color continues. What I do know about the shower that will be installed here is it's going to be a 4-way shower. At the very top, we're going to have the rainfall shower, and right here we're going to enjoy that 4-way shower. Look at that. Quality appliances being installed. Take a look on this end where the toilet is going to be inserted. Fantastic. Great quality. Look at how much light streams in from those big windows in here. Master bedroom. How amazing is this space? It's huge. Huge, huge, huge. From the massive chandelier here, once again picked by the client. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. And I can't help but think the theme of grey continues in this master bedroom, but the grey is slightly different because it's not just about grey floors. If anything, the floors here, the color of the floors changes, but we see that reflected in the color of the veins on the marble. So there's an echo of unity from the bedrooms that we saw for the children to the master bedroom. To my left, we can see a very intricate panel design here, all of it handmade, so you can imagine how much time that must have taken. And right here, we've got an arabesque design that just brings this section to life. I'm sure the bed's going to be here. That's where the headboard of the bed is going to be. And that culture, that heritage, that coastal feel is reflected in that design right there. Walking into this section, there's going to be a little bit of a lounge here. We've got that panel design beautifully set in place right there. And right behind you is going to be a TV station where you can have your security cameras perhaps, where you can have a little section where if you want to have a cup of coffee, this is the section that you want to see all that activity and see what's happening around the compound from. We've got a section here for the installation of a television. In this section of the bedroom is a lounge area, as you can see. As we walk here, we've got the sliding doors, and these open out to a delightful balcony. And there's something about these sliding doors that I need to share with you. Come closer and have a look. You see that? When we shut the doors, have a look at that. Take a look and see what happens. Can you see that? Now, what that brush does is it ensures that when the breeze is coming through, the doors are not going to rattle. But I'm right here on the balcony. The master enjoys a luxurious balcony area. There's going to be a glass partition set up right here for safety purposes, and I'm sure the owners are going to put out something here that allows them a section where they can wind up the day and take in the property, say hello to a neighbor or two from here, enjoy a little kahawa tungu. This is a glorious balcony, and it's marked by the fine urban tradition of the pillars. Other than the cuckoo you hear in the background, when the waterfalls are both on, you've got a gorgeous sound. The master bath is a study in opulence. Look at the tiling. Let's begin with the tiling. Look at that. Look at that. And the colors of the marble reflect the theme of the house. We've got blue, we've got gold, we've got black. This is just incredible. This section here also features a long window right there to bring in light from the outside, to light up this shower space here. If you look up, there's a rain shower that's being installed here, and we've got a niche panel right here in this section, which is going to be sectioned to allow for your toiletries. So you can place your shampoo, your conditioner, your lotions and potions right there for an amazing shower experience in this corner. I can't believe the work that's gone in here. And the installation of the tub, as you can see, is done. There's still a bit of work that still has to happen. But see how gorgeously huge this bathtub is. And it's placed right here next to these glazed windows that allow in a lot of light, allowing for a luxuriating experience right here. To the opposite end of this bathroom is yet another shower section, as you can see. And we've got that beautiful black marble design right here. And the niche paneling on the sides of that black marble, that is just so fabulous. And in this section here, not only is the marble design something to marvel at, this is where the sink area is going to be, the his and hers section, where you've got your cabinetry right there. Very simple, very elegant cabinetry. So you can put your toothbrush, you can put your face creams, whatever it is that you want to store in this section as you get ready for the day. We are in the walk-in closet. Look at this space, massive, massive. And this space actually allows for shared space. It's a his and hers location. To this corner, this cabinetry that will be installed, and he can put up his clothes in this section. And then to this section over here, we've got a huge, large sliding window that allows in a lot of breeze and light to filter in, and a counter that it's still under construction here is going to feature a granite top at the top over here. To my right on this section, we've got huge, huge panels. Simple, elegant design of the cabinetry. We can see the gypsum design is very simple, very calm, and the light fixtures have been installed. From this first floor, we notice that the staircase continues. And this is the most unique curved stone staircase that I have ever seen. Remember, when Fine Urban took over this project, they had to reconstruct this entire stone staircase. And if you look at the work that went into curving it, because it twists, it turns, this is not an easy undertaking, and that takes time. So when it comes to contracting and walking the journey with Fine Urban, patience is of the essence, because ultimately they are creating your dream home. And dream homes are not just constructed in 15 minutes. It takes a bit of time, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of attention to detail. Now, as we walk up the staircase, remember, we talked about this particular wall design, the wainscoting pattern, and it continues all the way up until the top of this house, all the way. As we go up, this is where you get to see it in all its glory. Look at that panel design right here. And it's set off quite beautifully by this chandelier. This raindrop feature here just makes me feel so happy. It's nestled right there at the very top, right on the ceiling. And we've got those spotlights right there that speaks to the elegance and opulence of this space. When we make our way to the top lies the guest bedroom. What an expansive space this one is. Initially, it had been planned as a gym area, but the space was not big enough to accommodate all the kinds of machines that you would associate with the gym. It features marble tiling on the floor. When you look at the bottom, you can see that beautiful, exquisite, executive gray pattern right here on the wall, on the floor. As you see, excellent paneling, precision in the cutting. Right here, we see the cabinetry, a very simple and elegant design for the guest who will be staying here. And as we make our way right here to the guest bathroom area, you can see even more executive gray. From the marble tiling on the wall, right here, we can see where the rainfall shower is going to be located. We can see the windows that bring in quite a bit of light in here. Super space, appliances that have been designed to withstand the kind of humidity that you can expect in the coast. We can see the sink area here. We can see where the toilet is going to be placed right there. And you can see that exclusive and calm, muted gray floor of the bathroom. Make our way from the guest bathroom, we find ourselves in yet another corridor, but unlike most corridors which have a tendency to be very dark areas, this one is truly well lit and very well ventilated. Can you see? And when we make our way to the top, we step out onto the rooftop. What an incredible space to be. Behind me right here is a kitchenette area. As you can see, appliances are being fitted in. This is all going to be a place of leisure. You can see this huge jacuzzi that's about to be installed, and it's going to have stairs that will be installed. So you walk in and you sit there and relax and take in the views. But while we're here, we've looked at those views outside of this property, but when we look down, then we really see just how huge this property is. What we can see is the pool area, complete with the lounge area right outside. magnificent design in place. You can even see how pristine the tile work is from way up here. That's how detailed Fine Urban is. Look at that. And just above the pool house is yet another lounge area. It is covered at the moment. However, work is still ongoing on that end to allow for yet another entertainment space at the very top of the pool house. From here, we've got a view of the driveway right from the gate, marked by the sliding doors. That gate is going to be a sliding gate, so whoever's driving in can just use the little electric buzzer to let themselves in and to let themselves out. Now, it's one thing to look at the outside from way up here. Does the view match when we're way down there? Let's go outside. Stepping outside to view the features of this mansion and the exterior features of this mansion is going to be quite the adventure. And when we look up as well, giving us a glimpse of the inside and that magnificent chandelier with the raindrop feature on the inside. And to my sides are beautiful and imposing pillars dressed magnificently in the Fine Urban style fashion. The staircase, if you look at that, this paneling that's been set aside. Right beside that main entrance is the waterfall feature. The dressing is elegant and simple. It reflects the pillars right there. And when turned on, the water cascades right down this section and plays beautifully with the landscaping right behind it. Now, behind me is a section of the house that has been set aside to house the staff. But this section also plays a dual role because our hosts enjoy hosting guests. They have also set this section aside for guests who may be traveling from far. We find an area of landscaping that has taken quite well. The palm trees are well on their way to the skies. Looking at the driveway, walk with me just a little bit. Behind me, I'm sure you can see the cabro tiles. They're all stacked up right there. We had a good look at them when we were on the rooftop of the house. And all this entire area right here, all the way from the gate where you drive in, this is all going to be cabroed and it will be stacked up piece by piece by piece to complete this driveway into this mega mansion. And we've got to now enjoy this magnificent poolside area that just goes and goes and goes and goes. You might even think it gets all the way to the ocean. Look at it. It's huge. This is going to be one of the biggest pools that I've seen, and it's a project that Fine Urban has undertaken with skill, with precision, and with attention to detail. From the tiling, if you look at the tiling around this pool, it is an exercise in patience and brought to life a pool that caters for the adults who are living in this house and for the children who will be growing in this house. The perimeter wall of the property also features very elaborate and arabesque design. You can see that in the arches that have been curved right there into the wall. And you can also see little basins right here which will house light fixtures that will light up these walls and give it such a gorgeous feel, especially at night when the property lights are switched on. And echo this property's respect and homage to the ocean. By the pool is the most delightful pool house, and right behind me, as you can see, the tiling on the wall reflects the theme of the pool. Granted, the squares are a lot smaller. This is a lovely space where you will find a sink area right here. The tops are still under progress, but when complete, you do know they'll reflect the themes of the house. Opposite the pool house area, you can see a gorgeous little cove that has been crafted into the wall that serves as a charming little spot where you can pose for pictures, Right here, we find ourselves right smack in front of the waterfall feature that you're able to see when you're sitting in the dining room or in that sitting area right next to the dining room. This is what it opens out to. And when it's switched on, the jets of water splash playfully right from the top and they cascade right to the bottom there. It also plays a lovely backdrop to those who sit out here in an outdoor sitting area. Our hosts love to entertain, and this space right here has been set aside for an al fresco experience when you've got guests in the house. From the gate coming up the driveway, this could be your first stop if you'd like to park your car. Right here behind me you can see the massive garage area that has been constructed to accommodate all the vehicles that the owners possess, and of course visitors who might pop in and be staying over for a while. When you're finished with the day or whether you're starting the day, this is how you make your way to the top and get to the gym to exercise, because exercise is good. This section here has been earmarked as yet another entertainment zone for the owners of this house to entertain and to enjoy this gorgeous property. I mean, it screams outdoor living, and this space right here embodies that. From the curved stone staircase, the pristine precision of the tiling, and so much more. Click subscribe and hit notifications so you don't miss the next update from this ultra mega mansion by Fine Urban.